Hi everyone, my name is Joaquin. I'm from the PaltaLabs teams, if you haven't noticed. So create Soroban dApp. Our team, I'll talk a bit about PaltaLabs. We are blockchain innovators from Latin America. We were responsible of developing Soza. Right now we are working on DefineDex and some developer tools like Soroban React and Mercury SDK. And our mission is to drive the growth and adoption of the Soroban ecosystem. So create Soroban dApp is a React boilerplate that simplifies the development of smart contracts and front-end interfaces for the Soroban ecosystem. What's the problem? So developers face steep learning curves for developing smart contracts in Soroban, especially if you're just starting with Rust. And it's complex to link, do integrations between the front end and the smart contracts. So the solution is that we create Soroban dApp, which is this React boilerplate. You just use npx to clone everything. The dependencies get installed, and you just have a base smart contract ready to use and customize. And the front end is already connected to the blockchain. You can call all the methods in the smart contract, and it's very easy to use. So this is a small demo. This is the front end, the laboratory, how the contract is deployed. And I'm going to skip this a bit. So notably, 2 out of 3 winners from the Build Better on Stellar Challenge used to create Soroban dApp. And some statistics here. So create Soroban dApp is great for testing ideas. It's very easy and fast to set up to test ideas. And for full project as well. It's been widely used in workshops that we have done in Chile, and fits all developers' levels. If you're just starting out, or if you have a full project to develop, you can use it. Just as I said, it's scalable for any size project. So what's inside Soroban React? It's a ready-to-use front end in React using Next.js. It has a base smart contract you can customize to make it your own. It has a full suite of TypeScript scripts for deploying and testing the smart contracts. In the front end, it's using Soroban React for the wallet connection and all the calls to the blockchain. And it also has a full Docker Compose setup where you can just have Docker is the only thing you need in your computer. And the Docker containers has all the tools you need to developing the smart contracts. So that's it. To wrap up, create Soroban dApp, accelerates dApp development. It's very easy to use, and it's very straightforward. You just use npx, and you have everything. You have it's everything in the documentation if you want to read it. And thanks everyone. Thanks for listening. Here you can find Create Soroban dApp information and the PaltaLabs team as well.
I'm also presenting for somebody else here.
Okay.
So, yes, so it's a guy called, his name is Soneso, or he's known as Soneso in the Stellar community. And let's see. He's a Stellar developer since 2017, and I guess his goal is to help other developers to implement stuff on Stellar. He built some SDKs, like iOS Stellar SDK. It's used by Lobster Wallet with almost 1 million users. Stellar SDK and Stellar Flutter SDK. Flutter SDK is used by the Beans wallet, for example, with PHP Stellar SDK, AssemblyScript Soroban SDK. And today's topic is the Flutter Wallet SDK. And the Flutter Wallet SDK is about interoperability, and interoperability has always been an important pillar for Stellar. So the Stellar Development Foundation started early on to define standards for the communication between payment applications and on-off ramps, like for example wallets and anchors. And over the time, these standards became very complex, very extensive, and covering many details, many aspects, and they are very hard to implement for developers. So the idea was to create something which is called wallet SDKs. They offer standard client-side implementation, which makes it easier to communicate with anchors, and of course faster, because you don't have to implement everything, you can just use it. And so developers can focus on the real use cases, on their business case, and not on implementing Stellar details, reinventing the wheel over and over again. So currently, here you can see an example. This is for starting an interactive deposit flow with an anchor. First, it's using SCP-10 to authenticate with the anchor. You get the authentication token, and with this you can start the interactive deposit. That's it. It's 10 lines of code. Currently, we have 3 wallet SDKs. TypeScript and Kotlin SDK are developed and maintained by the Stellar Development Foundation, and the Flutter wallet SDK by Soneso. So as you can see, they cover many SCPs. And yes, feel free to use them. There's also a demo app showing how to integrate the Flutter wallet SDK. And feel free to post feedback in GitHub or on Discord.
Can you hear me? Yes, great. Hello guys, my name is Bence, and I would like to present our project called PHP Anchor SDK. Our team consists of 3 developers. I'm Bence. I am a Stellar developer since 2021, and I am the main developer of the SDK. I'm working together with Albert. He's a software developer for more than 15 years. Our third team member is Christian, also known as Soneso. He is known in the Stellar community. He is creator and maintainer of several SDKs like iOS, Flutter, and PHP. He helps us as a valuable advisor and reviewer of our implementation. Okay, our project is about anchors. Anchors act as bridge between outside currencies and the Stellar network. Standardized interactions of Stellar clients such as wallet with an anchor is defined by so-called Stellar ecosystem proposals, or short SCPs, that must be implemented by the client and the anchors. Because they have been continuously improved and extended over the time, these are interdependent, very complex descriptions, which are also covers a lot of edge cases. They're very hard to understand and contains mostly Stellar-specific logic, which must be implemented by the anchor developers. At the moment, SDF offers 2 solutions for building a Stellar anchor. One is the Anchor platform, written in Java, and the other is the Django Polaris, written in Python. But there is no PHP solution. Given the significance of PHP, which powers worldwide 75.8% of projects and boasts a community of 8.8 million developers, they have been a frequent demand always for PHP-specific tools to support the anchor functionalities. In response, we have developed a comprehensive SDK for streamlining the anchor development. Okay, our PHP Anchor SDK is open source and helps the PHP developers to implement the client anchor interaction. It makes it easier to implement the anchor part by abstracting as much as reusable Stellar-specific logic as possible from the involved SCPs. By integrating our SDK, the developers now can focus on implementing the real business logic, such as, for example, off-chain rails with a bank. Furthermore, we have developed an open-source reference server which acts as an example on how to integrate the SDK. This is also written in PHP in Laravel technology. This reference server is very easily extendable and configurable, so if you want to build a new anchor from scratch, it's very good to use this one. Our SDK and the reference server offers support for many SCPs, such as, for example, exposing standardized anchor information defined by SCP1, Stellar Web Authentication, so client can authenticate themselves with an anchor defined by SCP10, interactive and non-interactive deposit and withdrawal defined by SCP6 and 24, including codes, cross-border payment, Know Your Customer API, and many, many more. And here is the interesting part. We have a special Meridian 2024 offer. We would like to offer free support for 2 projects to integrate our SDK or to use our reference server to build a new Stellar Anchor. If you are interested, please drop us a mail to info@argonavis.dev. Guys, that's it. If you have questions, please contact us or stop by here at the conference to chat. Thank you very much and have a great day.